Hello everyone, Derek's Damn Toys, and we are back with another action figure review. Today we've got the Elite Series 108 Chelsea Green Chase variant to be exact. It's kind of a funny scenario to think about that first time we get this figure, we get the Chase variant. The referee just fell down, who cares though? Just kind of bought this on a whim, if I'm gonna be honest. Her recent run has been pretty damn good, so I can't complain too much. I've been looking at the promotional pictures for it and everything, and I kind of thought this would be a nice pickup to get, and lo and behold, I get the Chase variant, which is worth like, what, $10 to $20 more than what the original version is going for right now, so paid $25 for this on Amazon. You might get lucky too. You might get this if you order it from there. I'm not gonna guarantee it to you though. I do kind of want to order another one to try to get the original, because whenever I get a Chase variant, it does kind of feel weird not having the normal one with it. Like, I've got the Braun Breaker, I've got Grayson Waller, I've got quite a few different Chases. And I also have the normal additions to them, but then I also have like the Adam Cole, the Stardust, and what else was it? Oh yeah, now this, that I don't have the original versions to. But with that being said, why don't I shut the hell up and we can get into this figure unboxing. We can get her up out of her plastic prison now, shall we? Alrighty, now that we've got the Chelsea Green up out of the plastic prison, and just a little small touch here, they actually taped the thing into the like plastic part of the packaging. So I found that kind of interesting, but they did open up the back of it quite a bit more, so it was easier to pull that through. Didn't feel like you could possibly tear it. At least that's how I normally tend to feel when they put like certain cloth accessories in between the plastic of like the packaging and stuff. I don't know exactly how to explain it, but I'm sure you'll kind of understand what I mean. The long flowy part of her like little waist dress thing was coming out through the back of the plastic piece that the figure sits in, so kind of interesting to see that they also then taped it to the back there instead of just putting like little cuff things onto her figure. It's kind of whatever, but you know, speaking of, why don't we get that big ass accessory out of the way? This is quite a interesting accessory. You would almost think this would be more like a little, well, yeah, a giant skirt thing that would wrap around her waist or some shit. I don't know. It's kind of just unique. Feels like it could be like a cape for somebody, depending on who you'd want to use this for. I don't know, but I feel like it almost has that potential just because of how big it is. Just like all the different layers to it as well. It does feel nice in hand. Yeah, I don't really have much more to say about those, but of course she does come with two sets of interchangeable hands. We've got the weapon holding hands on her, and we've also got these pointer fingers, if I could get my camera to focus a bit better. And some nice detail there. We've got an orange peg, and it's already out of focus again. God damn it. We've got the orange peg with the little black paint there to represent like the string that comes up over the hand. Though it definitely is more detailed on the open hands, or the weapon holding hands. So I guess that is something to note. And she also comes with this nice Chelsea Green like busser's cap or police cap. I don't know exactly what you'd call that kind of cap. It kind of just reminds me of like a police officer. I don't even think I put that on the figure right, but yeah, it fits pretty damn well up on there. Nice hat accessory. Now, of course, getting into the figure herself, the original is like a purplish blue color for the most part. I want to say it's like a mixture of the two, but I'm not too sure. As where this one is definitely pink and orange. That's the theme behind it, if you couldn't tell. We've got a lot of the like bedazzles, jewel spots, which I think are slightly sculpted on the top half, but definitely not sculpted on every piece of this figure. Like right here on the waist, it's painted on. It is sculpted down here next to the boots though. I was about to say if I could get it to focus. And same thing when it comes to the arms too. It's not sculpted on there, but it does have a couple of parts where those like jewel, like steel part things, I don't know exactly what you'd want to call that, the bedazzled pieces are actually sculpted on there. The attire itself definitely does look nice too. You've got the unique sculpt for the boots. I love the pink and orange gear, if I'm gonna be honest. I don't know, after having it in hand, I might like this better than the original. And I mean, I feel like that should be the point when it comes to chase variants, but who knows? I don't know if the head scan's really much different either. When I get the other one, if I do end up getting it, I'll have to like compare the two if they are really any what different. They might be in hair color, but that's the only thing I could really think of. As far as everything else goes though, I can't really say there's too much of a difference when it comes to the attire other than just the color itself. And with that being said, I am a bigger fan of blue, but after seeing this in person, I have to say it is quite a damn like color pattern. Like that is a really damn good color pattern. I don't know why I didn't say good the first time, but that's my brain just mentally trying to get through everything too quick. As far as everything else goes though, you know, like I mentioned earlier, you've got the unique sculpted boots, which if you paid attention to the Bailey review, these are not basic boots that have a unique sculpt. These are actually their own like style of elite boot, so that is nice to see. As far as her posability goes, of course, double pinless jointed knees. If I could get the knee to bend fully, I don't know. I mean, that's about as far as it will bend, because the boot here, I don't know, maybe so. Everything else though definitely seems to be articulating pretty well. You've got the ankle pivot here that you wouldn't receive on a normal basic boot mold, so it's nice to see. You know, this is what we want, Mattel. Give us elite style boots on our women's figures. Of course, the waist moves the same way, the rib articulation or abdomen articulation, whatever you would like to call it, moves the same way as every other women's figure. Realistically, it moves pretty damn well. Might be one of the better women's figures that you could collect nowadays, if I'm gonna be completely honest here. Just because of the boots alone, if I'm gonna be completely fair and maybe a little biased. But with that being said, why don't we get her all posed up and maybe we can get into the rating of the figure, shall we? Alrighty, now that we've got the Chelsea Green all posed up, I got the Bailey from the last review out. Kind of have him doing like a little pose off, a little stare down. Don't know why he said pose off, so disregard that. But all around, this is definitely one of my favorite women's figures I have in my whole collection. If I'm gonna be like completely fair, the Ultimate Edition Asuka is still definitely one of my favorite women's figures of all time. But at least as far as the ones I have in my collection, it's probably Asuka, maybe her, and or the new Rhea Ripley I just picked up, as I do like that one despite the body maybe not looking as accurate as it could, especially with the new Rhea Ripley that just came out. I do want to try to get that Rhea just for the figure comparison, and maybe that one will be my favorite one, but out of all the ones I have in my collection, it's probably going to be those three. And honestly, that just speaks the volumes that this figure is really at, you know. Yeah, it is a chase, so I guess you could say there's maybe a bit of biasy there. But when it comes down to it, this figure's just got a lot more potential than a lot of the other women's figures I've owned. Like, I do like my Ultimate Edition Alexa Bliss, So that's definitely up there for at least maybe top 8, if I don't say top 5, because technically I've already listed off like 3 to 4 of them. So how many more people could I really put up in that top tier? You know what I mean? But as far as it goes, this Chelsea green is definitely up there. And what would I rate this on a scale of 1 to 10? That's honestly a really good question, because this may be one of the best women's figures that's not Ultimate Edition worthy. Ultimate Edition worthy. That doesn't have an Ultimate Edition. An Ultimate Edition Chelsea green would probably slap, but we won't get into that territory just yet. Maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. Mattel's the one who decides that. Maybe they'll give us like a fan vote for the next Women's Ultimate Edition one day, and she'll be a part of it. Who knows? But what I do know is, as far as 1 to 10 goes, I'm going to have to give this Chelsea green a good 9. A good solid 9, damn near perfect. If there's any imperfections about it, I didn't really notice it. I would love to give her a 10, but I don't really want to do that. If I were to give her a 10, maybe the best thing that I would have added to this would have been maybe like an extra head scan. Just give us like a different expression to play around with if we're going to be posing this figure around. But as far as the head scan goes, I think her head scan looks really good. I think it's very, very much like Chelsea green. I don't think it's the worst case scenario. Sorry, fixing my crowd here real quick. Randy Orton in the background almost plopping over. Had to fix him. But yeah, no, I can't really say there's anything bad about this figure at all. Especially when it comes to playing around and posing with this figure, because I do mess around with the figure a little bit first before I go into like the full in-depth breakdown. Usually do that after the accessories are pulled out, or I'll kind of play around with it a bit before the accessories are like talked about. But as far as it really goes, this can pose up with the best of them, I'm sure. And maybe here soon I'll have to kind of test that theory, because now my women's figures are starting to collect in numbers, so I could potentially do maybe I could potentially do like a women's division for the pick fed. I don't know, maybe you'll have to leave your thoughts for me in the comment section down below. Maybe you don't and I just do it anyways. Find out in the next episode of Dragon Ball Z, I guess. But on a real note though, what would I give this figure on a 1 to 5 stars? You know, the 1 to Young Buck match. I'd have to obviously give this chick a good solid 4 out of 5 stars. Like with the 9, it's almost damn near perfect. Maybe just one little thing would have brought this over the top, but I don't know, maybe the skirt thing makes it really worth it for you. So that's all up to your, anticipation with this figure or whatever. As far as it stands with me, it's a pretty damn good figure though. And with that all being said, I think we can head out now. So if you liked the video, feel free to like the video. If you didn't like the video, well, womp womp, I guess. But if you did like the video, feel free to go check out some of the other action figure videos I do. Of course, we've got more action figure reviews, we've got unboxings, we've got pick fed related content, and all around I do enjoy making this kind of content, whether I'm the most enthusiastic or not. Sorry, not sorry. Some days I'm just not feeling the best, but when I can, I try to be like as enthusiastic as I can be for the pick fed and stuff. I definitely was hyped to see that I got the Chase Chelsea green and not the normal variant, though now I am gonna have to hunt down the normal variant, and maybe one of these days I'll get the normal Stardust along with the normal Adam Cole and kind of just complete the collection there through and through, because it's kind of odd to think I do have 2 Chase Adam Coles, if you don't know. Got one up there on my shelf, and then I've got one put away for potential fed reasons. Potential. I'm not saying it's guaranteed. Potential. I'm still thinking about it. Anywho, doesn't necessarily matter. What does matter is that we get the fuck out of here before I ramble on for another 5 minutes. So with that all being said, if you would like to, feel free to follow me on Instagram as well. And on top of it, if you would also like to, it'd be really nice. It'd be really nice if you would, feel free to subscribe. After all, it is free to subscribe, and we are on the goal right now is to get to 250 subs by next month. I feel like we can hit it. We're at 228 as of recording this. We're actually recording this on the 4th. Hopefully it'll get posted before I go into work. Not gonna guarantee it though. We'll figure it out. And with that being said, I think we can get the hell out of here now that you know what the plan is. And just to specify real quick, August 18th is the day we're trying to get to 250 subs. That is the 2-year anniversary of the channel. So I plan on trying to do something special for that, but we'll figure it out when we get a little bit later on into the month. Maybe I'll order a bunch of packages if my bills don't fuck me over. And on that note, have a good rest of your night, day, evening, whatever the case may be, because I don't know when you plan on watching this. And we are out of here. So, deuces, ooses, pink.